There is this very big problem at the NDC for 1 year. You see, Mobile Biano, they just want to get this support from the Ghanaian people. So I don't know in fact. Survey be announcing worker you actually the VHS is a top discussion in this country. You come higher. And so NDC for what Jim the work academy, the work academy. Will be someone MPP woman be a very trickish question about the economy. Now I bet you that the answer will give you, it has broken the internet right now. Wama Obia shocked the kind of answer we see the 2 months. Obia was to see them, but it has shocked even the NDC leaders. What for me have to my family Kusika. I was on a video no business secretary we are challenging comment section.
Say ye ni say for education there numero uno on maka wasem dada, which you guys are doing well. But there are other areas I expect to say, for example, Donald Trump for business.
Yeah.
In him say MPP for your business because in him the nako for ye. But right now, businesses no suffer. And it's backed by data. If you look at the economy, it is struggling. It is backed by data. If you look at the encofo who fa president we who are, so we ni partner emu 80 president baby ade econo enye backed by data. CDD and other data nina. So I'm thinking, say, I don't know, namunim say more standing for business. And business no so na ye the engine of growth. And yet businesses are suffering under your government. And I know no so enye sanity.
Yo, wait a minute, generally, business across the world are suffering. America can also give you companies, or a lot of companies they are struggling to even be at the baseline. Because BBSC, in the history of the world, we have not had a serious pandemic that shut the entire world down. A lifetime, you can go back 80, 100 years, you won't be that. This is the first time in our lifetime I won't be of that proportion. So the entire world economy, supply chain, everything was shut down. Unless, example, I'll bet media mommy. See, that catastrophic or a case where the entire world, everything came to a halt. It been see that in our lifetime. And see, it was huge. America was impacted. The only thing America ate me a survival is because, of course, they are mighty America. With inflation in America, it's nothing to write home about. Idea first, now I bet be $50. We call grocery, we hear milk, we hear eggs, just basic food. We hear bread, we hear tomatoes, toothpaste. I mean, just for your household, I'll bet you spend $50, and at the same quantity of items, you'll be going close to $150 within this space of from COVID time up to now. And Nyema Kosro, it has affected business. In fact, businesses they shut down completely because they just couldn't keep the staff, and so they have to lay them off. And I think business started as a fabium. And so we have so many. There are so many warehouses. The whole lot is empty because the flow of your supply chain and the Buamas will be maintaining workers. So if those things are not there, how do you keep the workers? The
excuse MPP they be my the normal causing is COVID-19 Russian Ukraine.
The thing is, who here no free ma? They are only realistic because we're here film, because propaganda is one limit. If you choose to even do propaganda, I want a limit as to where you can go with propaganda.
The challenge is one.
But the thing is,
countries so many now call COVID mu. But those African African countries, at least they are doing better than us.
Which country is doing better
Niger
than Ghana?
Niger is doing better than us. Cote d'Ivoire is doing better than us.
Based on what?
Based on GDP.
Because the thing is,
they are doing
when
better
you talk to the citizens of those countries, they have a different story to tell you.
But some of us are more the micro inflation.
It is so funny, sir. Because Ghana does not appreciate Ghana unless you talk to people who are not from Ghana and their experience about Ghana. And on the Ghana, what dance as a Ghana, you guys are doing. We wish we had the kind of economy you guys have.
That's it, answer now. I don't know. Before I tell them comedy, or drop another bomb, but before I drop that bomb, You see, the answer case is Echo Nigeria. They will tell you there, Onya Kobefi Nigeria no Baba Ghana. Because they better be Ghana, yeah, why yeah. So you can see a lot of Nigerian brothers and sisters are in Ghana. Have a dinner. Ask yourself. Ghana yanka samaya one we don't value it. The politics, so we don't value it. Oh, manu maiden. And the one who cried the cat manu maiden and manu maiden. One on the the power of the tongue is mightier. But the people who come from diaspora, wofi or mana who were Ghana mono, must know how peaceful. I have a business or a fine. But Ghana for no workers at Ghana no. And miss me as a tear. You tell the second bomb when we are shall want no comment section.
Really, Cote d'Ivoire,
Yeah.
nyoma born said anything, although said there's inflation.
And
Togo,
now,
nyoma born
it's simplistic to say so because
but you use the same Cote d'Ivoire.
you name the background of Cote d'Ivoire in relation to France.
And yet you use the
And
same Cote d'Ivoire
there be one-
in 2016. In 2016, Dr. Bawumia used Cote d'Ivoire as an example. Nana Akufo-Addo used Cote d'Ivoire as an example. At the time, and yes,
example in terms of
economy, in terms of unemployment, in terms of cost of living. Nana Akufo-Addo
so
said
currently,
this.
what is the unemployment rate in
It's
Cote
lower than
d'Ivoire?
that of Ghana.
No, what is the figure?
It's lower. I'll get you the figure, but it's lower than that of Ghana. And if you look like their GDP is around 6.5%. We are doing around 4.1, 4.7. Niger is doing around 10 something in terms of GDP. My issue is okay, Russia and Ukraine are impacting, no doubt. COVID-19 are impacting, no doubt. But can we say because of that, we'll keep on giving that kind of excuse? I ain't mean free money.
Oh, the Ghana's economy, at least based on just recent IMF crop so Ghana's economy is bouncing back.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, we were very, very low.
Yeah.
In fact, just recently, a running mate had admitted to say what saved Ghana at some point was the DDEP.
Domestic debt.
That's debt exchange now. Had to restructure no.
Yeah.
And then they save Ghana. So that admission has always been there because a phenomenal it cuts across every country.
Right.
Ghana no exception.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are certain decisions maybe if we had reevaluated those decisions at some point during the COVID management, it could have helped.
Mm-hmm.
Because Yariaba, unim the Yarian the center the kind of reports that was coming from the World Health Organization and all these other, nobody knew the solution to it.
Mm-hmm.
So some countries, it take their chances. So we'll go all out to help. Other countries aren't taking their chances. And so in terms of recovery, those who took the chances, may suffer more than those who did not take the chances. With the hope to say, if Yariano eba, then what happens to their people? It happens. And those who took the chance, I'll make sure say nobody will be affected. Until say nipa be affected nipa kra nipa kakra bi. So those decisions were there. Some went all out. Ghana went all out. Other countries did not go all out. The countries like Ivory Coast and all those countries, Oman go all out when it came to COVID. And they were lucky, say, I impacted on population in a large way. But it could have, and if they had been unprepared and they hit you harder, probably would have wiped half of their population. And see, leadership is about decision. So decision that I will make today, based on factors and reports, need data, this is the direction I want to go. No, somebody will look at the same data and make a different decision based on that same.
Say, we share a car more year campaign against the previous government. John Mahama, Bro Kana, Guama, Mokayana, Boruvina. Is a Modi Kobe 800 billion. And who explanations in the bedding? Say, Bia, the mo complaining, my any bibri. Say, dollar na mo complaining ya, eso. Say, petrol asema, bibia eso. And no explanation, a bedding.
Okay, so Ghana debt, you bet me are breaking it down into domestic and then there's foreign.
Yes.
Foreign debt in Ghana, in Ghana cities.
Right.
Foreign money. And so we share the quantum of foreign debt NDC AJ. Now your foreign debt MPP AJ. On that same dollar rate. I don't think so Becca say MPP Ajiska SNDC.
Mintiasi.
NDC debt or foreign debt, which is dollar based and yes city based. Because when you convert all the money into cedis and then try to use the cedi now, like I said, the disparity between maybe a normal debt as against MPP and a high. But the debt itself was not given to Ghana in cedis. I'm looking at the foreign debts alone. It was given to us in dollars. So it was, if it was $1 billion, $1 billion near the Maya. And this is so let's say 500 billion. And to usher the quantum of the debt in dollar term that the NDC got as against what the MPP got. And NDC Ajiska saying Ghana MPP.
Is that backed by data? Because
it's backed by data.
Because if you look at
but when you come to the domestic,
the bond in dollars, if you look at the bond in dollars, John Mahama just took 3.5 billion. Your government took 11.5 billion. It's backed by data in terms of bond. And if you look at those
and local bond
no external bond and so okay. The external bond and so okay. John Mahama 3 Kofod did just less than 800 million. Atamil's Nanje bond. John Mahama 3.5. Your government 11.45 billion dollars. In terms of other dollars and so I gumuno. But if you are saying that, we'll fact check it.
Yeah.
And quickly, my fact checking team are working on that to get you. But the key thing is that Sanyoma we ne bia bibia akosoro no. Ojidi se Ghana for no tiase se bibi se ninti no. Omunti ase na omunsa anto amoso. Se bia ye de no challenges inti ene ba inti mon Ghana ni no samo ye campaign omuti ase sa.
Bit tiase pa. Or say dodo na tiase. Say they saw the beginning of MPP in 2017 when we came to power and we started rolling out our policies. Anyhow, things were running until we hit that stage in 2020. And Yama started say eco-form. And and who say no, we could have done better had it not been that hiccup and at some point in the journey. Now, Ode to your opponent, nothing of that magnitude happened at the time. Now they still could not sustain the country. Now their GDP was that lower. It should tell you, say, when it comes to the management of the economy, MPP does better. Keeping even the light on under the circumstance we are in, and easy. Implementing free SHS and continuing to implement the program now, even as of now, considering the drop in our GDP, our core countries live even in the negative. We're growing negative, but your growth no, at least I started sapeke. And you put two in together, it tells you say MPP, even in times of crisis, you know. They are still able to hold the country together. They are still able to make sure, say, workers' salary are paid. America, during COVID, some people lost their job. They were not getting any money. The federal government had to come in to try and support certain people. Maybe private sector, people will be impacted because it's private sector. So, me and people in school to be a teacher in a private school are definitely a bit malay off. Because I also think about the bills also but America, huge layoffs happened within the COVID period now. Because it will not keep you, because it's about productivity for them. And so if you are not producing anything, you are not bringing productivity into the organization, there's no point in keeping you. A lot of people lost their jobs.
Many people want to support us. Nabina wakadama mesede na won check down wo bohu tanks bi wo. Obobo mehu all certain amount bi apeditua. Ebohu euros, ebohu pounds. Ma ebefa bia no so slow or as high bia. Ni wi a Bawumia calls buy and send ho no. Buy and send is me atwane kakra. Atwane kakra ma so process ni nyina na so wi a. E bo wonder about bring up drop down menu be able to choose the payment method they pay choose. Na wi a ni nyina na wa iska. Thank you for supporting us. Yamin show bebre.